Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and good night to you all. Hopefully, you are all having a lovely day. Today has been a day. That's all I've had. I've just had a day. It's been very wet. I didn't get to go for a walk. I'm annoyed. But now it's time to art, so we don't have to worry about that. Basically, that's the gist. Just push past it. I'll go for a walk tomorrow, and then I'll then I'll stop being antsy. So I put way too much effort into the hello sketch because I was bored. Which happens. This happens. I think it's cute. I think this is cute. They're gonna get either more detailed or less detailed as we progress. Just in general. They're gonna get more or less detailed. So, the idea for today, I should actually... I should have prepped that before I did this. Dang it. I should have prepped so that I could just show it. Is that the button? No, that's not the right button. Not the right page. That page. There we go. Okay. Hello, Alexis. Good time zone to you. Okay. There we go. So, the idea for today's stream is not to do writing, because I've been doing, well, I'll do more writing later. Not like today, but like on Tuesday or something. But I have been obviously working on the Carl article that I started on last Tuesday. And so it was previously literally just a gigantic chunk of just like back down here. It's just this kind of shit where I just made notes for the whole stream. And then I think yesterday I went, you know what? Actual writing is going to happen. And so I actually went through and I wrote the first section, the characteristics. And so, I've written that out. And the idea for today's stream is that I'm going to make art that will fit in the spots where these candles are. Because I have candles as placeholders. And that just made sense to me to put images there. So the idea is that this image here will be of just a sort of standard Pariha coral. I don't think I was actually named on the stream. I've named them Pariha. Don't worry about it. It's just fantasy gobbledygook. But the idea is this image will be replaced with an image of the coral, which of course I'm going to draw today. And the image here will be, oh God's sakes, there we go. The image here will be replaced with a small landscape photo, or landscape image rather. Drawn image still, not photos, of the island that the coral is on, with the idea being that, because it's basically an image to kind of represent the pollen part, because I mentioned that, they most frequently do so on spring nights, showering the island in a shimmer of warm-toned particles, and I'm like, that is a mental image. So basically, I'm going to draw the island in bloom, so to speak, considering it is not flowers. Pollen. And so that's the idea. I'm now going to... Boom, that worked. I should have prepped Chrome earlier, but I didn't think that through, so that's my problem. I'm currently reading all my notes, won't be writing much. Fair enough. Completely fair. I mean, I still have the entire uses section and the sidebar bit about, like, masks to write about. I'm just like, oh boy. Boy. It was not easy, because I'm really bad at writing specieses of any kind. I've only written one plant previously, and it's just blueberries. So this coral is probably the more unique of any of the species I've written, and the way I ended up doing it to get ideas was literally reading someone else's article, seeing the way that they kind of structured how they wrote the section, and went, thank you. And I didn't copy them, but I did take inspiration, because I was like, I need that push. And so then I got there eventually, I hope. I'll probably have to edit it later. Okay, so this is going to be the standalone coral. There we go. Because I'm just going to do both of them on the one CSP file, because that makes it way easier for me. I might, well, actually, no, I can't really do the other one on this one as well, unless I do some really, like, nonsense shit. I don't really want to have to do that. So I have references, and by references, I mean I took a screenshot of the Google like image results for Staghorn Coral, which is the coral that I'm using as a visual reference, except big. It's just the coral, but big. This is how it works. That is the entire way that I would describe this stuff if I didn't feel the overpowering need to be verbose and fancy. It's literally just Staghorn Coral, but big and make you sleepy. This is the way. This is how it goes. So I have references. It's not necessarily going to help me all that much, but we'll get there. We'll figure it out. So, I decided that this is not the bit. Well, actually, this is kind of like the color, but not really. So I did decide that the colors were basically like orange, kind of into like a bit of a deeper reddish orange, getting into like the pinky territory, like pinky reds. That's basically a red. And then like a little bit of like pink, which I think this looks a bit more like Tyrian. Colors are hard. It looks different on the thing. It looks a lot more pink on the other monitor. It looks a bit more purpley, like dusty on here. I think my monitors are just bad. This is how it works. That's how it happens usually. It's just this monitor is not great. Well, it's not bad. And so these are the kind of colors they tend to be. I think I possibly alluded to like a deeper purple one. Something a bit more like, that's not really the vibe. Like something a bit more like this-ish. But I'm not going to draw that one because if they're in the, like, these two colors here, let's pick a color that actually contrasts. These two, that's probably not contrasting at all for anybody. These two colors are mostly found in the underwater varieties, which there aren't that many of anyway, you know, and then these very warm-toned ones are the ones that you find on the actual land. So this is the colors. I'm going to pop that out separately so that I have them. I'm going to make them smaller so that I can just put them nice and gently in the corner. So now we have the issue of actually trying to draw. Oops, shit, that's the wrong button. God damn it. Goddamn Windows button is always in the way. Now, I do have the issue that depth is hard, and these things are basically just shrubs, which makes it really hard to draw. I initially wrote that they all kind of do look shrubbery-ish, as in, like, it's just like a ball, but, like, spiky. But I also like the idea of some of them being almost like leafless trees, but, like, spiky. So I'm gonna draw one of those ones, because that's cool. I think that's neat. I'm allowed to do that. So you have, like, at least, like, at the very least, it would be kind of like a stereotypical tree that you draw as, like, a child, where you basically just draw a lollipop. Right? So you get, like, a trunk, and then it just sort of spikes out from here. Like, oh, we're gonna be woo. And this is how it looks. Basically. Something kind of like that, where it sort of starts fairly straight, and then it branches out and kind of goes orby. But not totally orby, but kind of orby. We're gonna have some lollipops. Lollipop, lollipop. So that kind of idea, I think. And then I wanted it to be entirely contained within the square, so not coming off the edge. I don't want it to cut off. I don't know how the roots situation is with actual coral. Why did I go to that tab? That's not going to help me very much. Because you can't really see it in any of those pictures. It just kind of sprouts from the ground. I guess it just kind of... Oh, buttons? Kind of just all comes out like woof woof. So I guess it wouldn't actually curve like that. It would just go like that. I think. I think the idea is it's going to be I'm going to use multiple layers, and I'm just going to change the color that I'm drawing with on each layer to pretend depth, because I think that will mostly work as a fairly like cheap way to get the effect that I'm looking for. Like, for instance, I'm probably going to have another one of those branches coming from over here, but I'm going to do that on the back layer and change the color so that it looks like it's a bit further back. Pretend depth is happening. And then they are mostly straight and then branched. They don't really bend much. Which means this probably actually just keeps going. Up until, like, it stops. Yeah! I'll pretend that I know anything about the plant that I'm drawing. And I say plant, because technically coral isn't plant, but it's funky coral. Basically, I'm just going to draw a bunch of lines everywhere, and that's going to decide how things look, I guess. So it basically is kind of like how people would like draw trees. The colors are in the way. Exactly, fake it till I make it, right? Just try, just make it happen. And we can always include a layer like above or below. Like, I mean, no, above this current layer in a lighter color and add a bit more of like highlight depth. This is allowed. I'm allowed to do that. I've decided, it has been decreed by the High Council of Art that I'm allowed to do that. Getting all like fractally. I feel like I'm trying to draw a plant from like a mid-2000s Flash game about plants. Just kind of doing stuff like that, I guess. And then if we come down here, I am going to actually make a layer that contains the colors that I'm drawing with so that I have them if I need to come back and add a little something something. Just to add a little extra stuff to it. If I look at it and go, this level of the darkness present needs more. And just sort of futz around. I'm just drawing straight lines basically. And then at the end I'll come back and maybe do like an overlayer where I just add a little extra depth like to every bits of it. Like with a little extra highlight and texture and stuff. And it starts getting all nice and complicated over here. So it kind of does the orb thing. Possibly if I bring it down a bit more, I can get a bit more orby up the top in some of the darker layers, perhaps. Even though it probably wouldn't make sense for for branches that are like at the top, I am on the wrong layer. There we go. I'm now on the right layer again. Good thing I noticed then and not later. Because that could have gone rather poorly, frankly. Oh well. And this ends up looking like a tree. but like funky though. It is a funky tree. Yeah, color that. Color like that. Ooh. Thank you for the follow, Deeran. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to drawing straight lines with Isaac. That's what's happening here. This is what I'm doing. It is in service of Carl, but it is just straight lines. So it is what it is. It happens. Sometimes you just gotta draw a bunch of straight lines. You're welcome. Ah, yes, right. Yes, Dia, right? Immediate part of me is like, wait, I need to catch up mentally, because sometimes I forget these things. But yes, I figured it might have been. I thought it might have been, but I wasn't totally sure. I never want to assume that I definitely know someone coming into chat, because people have different usernames all over the place. Anyone who was around when I was starting in World End can tell you that. Oh shit, that's an angle. We're gonna get real Yeah, gnarly. It's very gnarled. It is gnarled in there. It is just a little bit of chaos that's happening in there. And that's part of the fun? Because they all just kind of look like that. They all do this. Where it just goes into... Woo! Big spiky. Big spiky. Excellent. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Okay, I think maybe one more darker layer. Just to get a little bit more in the back. Yeah, about that color. About that color. There we go. So what is everybody else working on while I draw straight lines? While I draw lines, what is everybody else doing? Hopefully it's... I don't want to say more creatively fulfilling, because this isn't, like, not that, but, like, you know, more exciting. Hopefully. Even if it's just, like, you know, thinking about this stuff. That stuff is always exciting. Hopefully, like, this is, like, the really, like, simple one. Once this is done as almost like a warm-up, I'll be able to start working on the stuff that's harder and more complicated, because I am a character artist, not a landscape artist. So that's a choice that I made, to force myself to draw more landscapes. Again, more of them. It went so well last time. Ha ha. Ha. Where basically I just drew accidental, like, Razia's Shadow fan, like, cover, like, redraws. That happened. Don't ask. Don't even worry about it. That was a whole thing. Beep, 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 beep. Because it gives it like a little bit of 3D. A little, but it's definitely going to need a layer in front of it, which it doesn't have yet. Because I've so far just been going further back. Now I need to move it further forward into a lighter color, so that I can maybe add a couple, like, going up in here. Now the issue is that the gray I chose as a don't blind myself background is not great for this. Because you can't see where this line is going. So that's, you know, that's an issue that I should possibly fix, actually. And possibly another one like up here. And some little bits like that. Yeah, something like that. Looks kind of funky. I think. Then I'm gonna change the grey color so that I can actually see. Guess he's having cold pizza and Pepsi for lunch. That doesn't sound too bad, actually. It doesn't sound awful. I'd prefer warm pizza, but cold pizza will do in a pinch. If nothing else is available, there is no shame in cold pizza. There's a little bit of shame in cold pizza. I prefer it when it's warm, because that's half the fun. For me, anyway. But I'm not the biggest pizza fan. Ooh, that's a nice autumnal color. I might go darker in that way, so... There it goes. Oh, it's amazing. Okay, so I'm just being weird and assuming that cold pizza is bad. This is my problem. Oh, no. Ooh. Having changed that color now means that these bits stand out a bit more. Ugh. It's very autumnal, this coral, at the present moment. Oh, beep beep. Aha, beep beep. Only have one slice, it's mine. Yeah! I mean, it's one slice that you wouldn't have otherwise. What? It is good. Pizza good. I promise I think pizza's good. And defend myself. Okay, that looks kind of funky. I think that looks neat. What I might do is I might move this down a bit. And it is leaning pretty substantially. So I'm going to just gently do that. Now it's a bit more vertical looking. Looks a little bit more natural. A little bit. And then the idea was that it would have some kind of background. And I don't, like, as in, like, to keep it so that it's not gonna end up, like, looking really weird and patchy. I just made that bigger. I didn't want to do that. Actually, maybe I do. I don't know if the layer's that big. Because it'll look kind of weird when it's on the background of the page. Do I have the image on hand? Hold on. I can actually grab it. If I go into my CSS really quick. Please, let me into the CSS. Why is it breaking? Okay, that's weird. That's a little bit strange. I would rather you didn't do that, to be honest. Oh, there we go. Here we go. It's that one. Come on. Actually, no, I probably just copy it from the notes. That'll make it easier. It'll be easier if I go into here. And it's background brown. That's not opening yet, so it's gonna go copy. Let's open that so I can copy it in. Copy. There we go. Here we go. Just go. Just to get a vibe. Actually, that doesn't look too bad, actually. I thought it would look a lot worse without a actual thing. Because the kind of idea I had in mind was I'd basically give it a border, not in orange, in, like, white or something. Where I'd basically, like, outline it. You know, like so. You can fill in the blanks. You can imagine what it would look like if I did that. But it actually, hopefully more neatly than that. I'm pretty sure there is actually a way in this program to get it to outline it already. I just don't know it super well. And I know how to do outlines on text. Not on, not really on actual, like, images. Because it's really weird. And I don't know how to do it. But it doesn't look too bad. With just the paper background that I use in the CSS of the page. It actually looks quite nice that way. I would be worried if I change, if I ever change the CSS, which honestly, could always happen. It happens more often than I would like to admit. I don't want to watch a video to tell me how to do an outline. I just want you to post me a blog post telling me how to do it. It's not complicated. You just gotta give it to me. Edge border effect. This is what we're looking for. Yes. Just get on with it. How to... What? Layer property. Ay. I'm gonna take that out of it. I don't even know where layer property is. Oh, it's one of these, isn't it? No, that's not it. Where'd you put it? What? God damn it. See, this is the thing. I need to figure out how to actually use this program. I've been using it for like 6 months something, and I still have no idea where most things are. Because the layer properties are not where I would intuitively put them. So I was like, where is it? I'm in the layer folder. Yes. Continue. Whatever. And then... Now I do it. Nope. God damn it. You screw. God damn it. Because it's like... It's some weird thing about objects. At least when I was using the text, it involved objects. Or is it like... No property. No. Like... Layer... What? Huh? God damn it. This... You're hidden it somewhere, and I don't know where they've hidden it. Is it in here anywhere? Where have you put it? Where did you... Where is... Where is... the layer properties? You know what? It's fine. Because this doesn't look awful. It looks fairly simplistic, but it is kind of cute. I might still, though... I did say that what I was probably going to do is, like, put some texture over the top of it. At least, like, a little bit of, like, something. Because it's a little bit basic. It's a little too basic. There'll possibly be, like, one bit that I might do as I put a couple of overlays on it. Because, otherwise, it's going to look real boring. If I just get some of that. Chunk out as an overlay layer, but not. Maybe multiply actually wouldn't look bad. And then you chuck it down like fairly low. That adds a little extra depth, and then possibly what I'd also do. I go to this, but I'd pick like a. Trying to make it like really like patchy, because then when I crank this down, what it does is just give it this like mottle, like it's like mottled like wood or something. And so that way it just kind of adds a little bit of a texture to it. Maybe this shouldn't be a multiply then. Maybe this should probably be like a highlight. Yeah, something like that. I think that still looks quite nice on that background as it is. Yeah, maybe something like that. Because I'm not like a painter, and the issue is that I keep making myself do things that are painterly-ish, And I shouldn't do that. It's always a bad idea, and I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it. So I'm just gonna say that's done for now. I'm just gonna export it. If I make changes later, I have layers to fix it. And I'm gonna keep this tone in the background because it's gonna be not necessarily important for later, but it'll be nice to have. So let's just say that's the coral one. I'm gonna chuck that away. Actually, it won't really be that important to have this because I don't think anything else is gonna be transparent. Unless I draw the masks today as well. Which I might. I might draw the like one of the masks that the people wear. Because I haven't figured that out yet. Then the second one, the second image that I know I want to draw is the landscape of the island, which is called, I changed the name because I thought it was dumb. Is Horoda, I believe. It's called Horoda. And so the basic gist here is that, how do I best illustrate what I mean? So there's like, you know, like there's the island. I need the image of the map. I need the map. I need the map so that I have a vague idea of how it's like, if it's taller on one end, I don't actually know where the mountains are. It is not really that much taller, but if you're looking at it from that angle, it is tallish, tall, tallish, tall. Abrupt decline. So it's kind of like, kind of like that. Don't look at that too closely. And then all up through like here-ish is where all the trees are. Then there's all the waves and shit. Wiggity wiggity woo. It's fucking clouds. Yeah. And then what you get is this like this vague shimmer over all of it, which is the pollen. That's basically the vibe of what this is going to end up being. Is it's going to end up looking something kind of like that. Where basically the whole island is kind of shrouded in a warm-toned sparkle. Which looks very mist-like from a distance because there's so much pollen in the air that it's just kind of like, there's nothing else there. You know? It's not really visible anything else. As such. Like, it's all just kind of... It's red. It's red and orange over there, bud. Like, that's it. No, that's basically how the island looks. It's all good. I think the mountain's actually quite weird, but it's cliffs. You're doing a 1.5 liter Pepsi by yourself while you read your cringy work, but I am. Oh my god. Honestly, hell yeah. There's no... If you're, like, you know, rereading your work is always, you know, an ordeal. It's always kind of painful to do. But, like, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna at least have a little bit of fun with it. And if that fun involves drinking an ungodly amount of Pepsi, honestly, there's no better way. That is just, like, the best way to do it. I say this having never done that, but I kind of wish I had. Because, ooh boy. Ooh boy. Ooh. Ooh, that would have probably made my reread of my old fanfiction way easier. It would have just been way better if I'd done that, but I didn't. And so that is my, you know, mistake that I've made. And exactly, yeah, I'm here too. I am also here. This is a good thing? I guess. Hold on, I'm gonna change the colors to red and I'm just gonna use one of these bad boys. Just go. Wow. Just so I have my sketch. Which I'm gonna merge. Merge selected layers. It is a good thing. Sure. Yeah. It's extra noise. And I respect that. I respect having extra noise, because good lord, sometimes you need it. Sometimes it do be needed. Okay, so this is, say, we'll change the colors later. No. Oh, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna judge you for it. Be a hypocrite. That sounded a lot sadder too. No, listen. We can't do that. Okay, I'm just gonna draw this mountain. I'm gonna draw this mountain in. So this is the approximate shoreline, which will have depth. It's not gonna be a straight line, because I think the way that I've drawn this is gonna have a little bit of depth. But I'm just getting in like a base to work with. Because I don't actually have any idea how to draw that coastline. That coastline is whack. It comes out at the peak and then out in the middle too. Yeah, more sadder. It's getting more sadder. We can't have it. We can't do this. Okay. Let's get one peak. Some bits. More peak. And then a fairly steep drop off. That's kinda how it would look. And then it sort of like comes out a bit here. Not by much, just a little bit. Ah, that's not where I want to be. God damn it, can you use your thing properly? There you go. So it goes like in more at the edge, out at the mid, in a bit, out a bit. Okay. Sure. It's a fantasy island dug up from the depths of the sea. Does it really matter? No. Do I care? Yeah. A little bit. Just enough. I care enough. And then it comes out a bit more like that. Wait. No, because it was really skinny in the middle. Stop opening that specific... I'm going to close that window. I'm going to get really annoyed if I keep saying that. I know no one can see it, but I can, and it's bothering me. Okay, so it's actually like really shallow, like really skinny, like chunk there, and then it goes out like whoosh, and then kind of like that-ish. And that's kinda the vibe of the island in terms of its shape. That's kind of how the island is shaped from, I guess, whatever angle this is supposed to be. Not entirely clear what kind of angle this is. But, here's the important thing, it doesn't matter. No one's gonna call me on it. It does not matter. It's a fantasy island. It's fine. I have to tell myself that, like, oh, you know, I'm gonna care so much that, like, this doesn't look right, and then no one else is going to know that unless I tell them. So it really doesn't matter half the time. Like, it's honestly fine. Like, within, like, because I am the creator of the world. I'm doing whatever I really want to do in it. And if that involves drawing my own landmasses kind of badly, then Godspeed, right? It really doesn't matter that badly. Okay, so this is the land. And then I'm gonna chuck in coral. Now there would be towns probably visible at this distance. At this distance and angle, you would probably be able to see, like, I think it's here is where the town is. Is that where the town is? Let's pull up the correct tab for once. Yes. Okay, so the town is there. Yeah, I am the god. I can do whatever I want. So there's a town here, so I'm just gonna mark that. Actually, wait, hold on. Town. There's a town here. I'm just gonna mark it so that I don't put coral in it because they do not have coral in the town for a reason. For a very good reason, there is not coral in that town. I need the coral color that I picked up earlier. Shit. Give me that coral. Give me that coral color. Thank you. There we go. Okay. We're gonna start with that and we're gonna move on. It's not gonna be particularly detailed because it is literally just gonna be spikes. Like, you're just doing less. Like, it's just this. It might have a few layers to it as well, just so I can get some of the fake depth. But it is just me going wild. It looks whack. And then I'm probably gonna chuck an overlay on it just to get, like, different colors in it. So it's gonna basically all do it in orange. So I'm actually gonna chuck Coral in a folder so that I can chuck a color overlay on it later. Then let's get the darker color. Where am I going? I'm going here for this. God damn it, that's the wrong thing. I'm getting confused again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Just kind of fill it out so it looks a bit more like full, like forested. Fully, you know, covered and thinged. There are words that describe what I mean, and I have not the care or patience to remember my own, like, words. So, like, it's cool. It's fine. It's full as beans. Wrong place. You want to go here. Thank you. Thank you, Isaac. Oh my god. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, no, sometimes, you know, because, like, you know what you mean and in the moment, because when you're writing half the time, like, especially with, like, novels, you're writing from the perspective of knowing exactly where it's going and what you mean by it, and that means sometimes you just miss bits. You just do not explain yourself, which means when you come back to it, like, you know, however long later, depending on the context, it's just like, what the hell did I mean by this? You don't know, because you didn't explain it at the time. That's what editing is for. Which is why, like, that you need to, like, if you're going to edit, like, especially, like, a novel, you kind of need to do it while you still know what the hell you were talking about. Because if you wait too long, that shit just goes. That train has left. Like, I reread a fan fiction that I wrote when I was 13, and it's so, you know, it's been, like, 7 years. And, whew! Not only are bits of it missing, but other bits of it just don't make any sense because I don't know where I was going. So I was like, what does this mean? Unclear. A complete mystery. It doesn't make sense anymore. It is not a cohesive, coherent anything. And I think I write better now, just in general, because, you know, 7 years of improvement will do that to you, even if you're not actively writing. Or as long as you're, like, you know, still kind of learning and exploring and, you know, doing your craft at least a little bit, you're going to kind of get better and you're going to kind of know more about just in general what you mean. And it gets a bit better. But then you reread the old stuff. God damn it, doing it again. You read the old stuff and just like, I have no idea what this means. Stop doing that. Me? Stop. There we go. So, you know, that, it's kind of a fact of life that, like, your old writing is almost always going to be trash. And what you do is you just kind of, you push through it, and you do learn things by doing that. Looking at your old stuff. Even if it's not, like, super critically, like, with a red pen going, this doesn't make sense, the grammar is bad, blah, 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 blah. You still learn a little bit of something. This looks like the island's on fire, which is not the vibe, but it's fine. It's fine. And then there's gonna be, like, a town here. It's probably actually bigger in real life, but this could be ages ago. He discovered that by the multiples of trains that arrived to the station. He figured something out because multiple trains arrived? I don't know. What did he figure out? Who knows? Unclear. In your defense. In your defense. Exactly, right? No one writes good when they're 13. You know, you can write good bits, but a lot of the time when you're 13, there's gonna be things. And that's okay, because you do not get better without doing shit first. You gotta make bad shit before you can make good shit. This is just how it is. Oh god. Is color... I think I want hue, actually. Is hue the one I want? Hue? Like, you gotta go through the growing pains of, you know, being a teenager and writing absolute trash in order to get basically anywhere. You can't just become, you know, incredible without putting in any effort. You gotta go through the bad stuff. Just a little bit. Just a little. There we go. This is looking real whack. This is looking really whack. Ooh, boy. It's looking real whack. I mean, even like, it's not even, you know, unique to being a child. Like, I am not good at drawing landscapes. So there's no way for me to get better at them than to just do them, which is what this nonsense is. This is what is happening here, currently. I don't know what's happening. Okay, color looks slightly better. I don't know why it looks like that. Ooh. Ooh. Because it just looks kind of weird when it gets the color filter on it. It doesn't change the color the way I thought it would. Oh well. It gets kind of like the vibe of the changed different colors and the things. I guess most of them are like orange then. If we look at that, we assume that most of them on this kind of side are mostly orange. Obviously, there'll be more depth to the land as well. Now I need to put a town in here, which I didn't think about. I need to look up what limestone looks like real quick. I'm pretty sure I know what color limestone is, but I need to make sure. Okay, it's like a light gray. Okay, we're good. We're good, I know what limestone looks like. So I picked a good color earlier, so it's basically just like that. This is probably an old painting in universe, right? Like if we're gonna create like the diegetic reason, it's an old drawing of the town of the area, so it looks different now because there's more of it. Right? That's how this works. Just say yes. Just say yes. It's fine. You need a second attempt a year later. Oh. Oh boy. You know, like, it's probably better in at least some ways, and that's basically all you can ask for, right? Is that there have been improvements in some areas, and, you know, not necessarily all the places, because again, we're not going to become masters out the gate. You gotta do a little bit first. We should have a stone pier. You wouldn't have a stone pier, but you don't have any wood on this island. What's your pier made out of? Make it out of stone. Fuck it. Just make a stone pier. It looks cool. Just put the stone. Just put the stone in it. I think that looks cool. Just put stone in the water. It's fine. It's fine. It actually doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look atrocious. I swear to God. And then probably what I actually might do, as just a little touch, a little treat for me, is just do a little, to help kind of buff out the shoreline a little bit, is some of that more purple. It looks better than I expected. Honestly, yeah. No. No, I'm not gonna take that as an offense, because it was looking pretty rough as a sketch. And again, I'm not a painter. I mostly do cel-shaded, like, character art. So, landscape is hard. I don't understand landscape painting. Like, I don't totally get it. I don't know how to paint. Well, I mean, I know how to paint. I know how to use a paintbrush. But I'm just like, painting is hard. I wasn't good at it at any point. Like, I'm just like, whoa, that's funky. That's interesting. That's whack. Like, painting is hard. I do not find painting easy. I got forced to mix, like, cause like, you know how you get like your paints and you've got like your reds, your blues, your yellows, your whites, your brown. Like, that's the colors we got in our painting set in uni. And they hand us these 5 colors and they say, okay, I need you to take these colors and mix the color gray using them. And the way you do that is you literally mix all 3 primary colors together. And then you put white in it to make it lighter, you know, and then you put a bit of brown to make it darker. And good heavens, shit. That, I wasted so much paint because I couldn't do it. Didn't work. So paint mixing is really hard. So painting is very difficult for me, which is why I like cell shading, because you literally just make the color and then that's it. Like, you just use that one color for that section. Then you come back and put one it's just sections. Neat, clean sections with, like, paint, like tape and stuff. So, like, I do cell shading, kind of. And then I chuck overlays on it to make it more funky. And I'm just like, that's it. That's good. That'll do it. And usually that works for me. Oh no, you failed art. That's it. Yeah. Art's hard. I basically got through all of, like, university. Because, like, I have an art degree now, which is wild. I got through uni basically by doing really well in a bunch of non-art subjects. And then trying in all of my others. Like, just making an attempt to do what they wanted me to do. And then when they're like, hey, reflect on what you did. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I tried. And they're like, okay. And I basically passed everything just by being like, I have no what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Just please. I'm trying to engage in the material. I'm trying to relate it to my own practice as a character artist. Even though we're being told to draw landscapes. So, please be nice. And you know, it worked decently well enough. And then some classes I did decent in. Some of them I did not do great in. Coral Sea, so that's like the Coral Sea ones. I'm gonna change the sea color in a bit. Because it's a bit too desaturated for my liking. That was kind of funky. Basically, I'd probably literally just yank this over. Yeah! Oh, hell yeah. That's it. There is a weird, like, bend now. There we go. That feels a little bit less bent. It still feels like it's bending. That's just a visual illusion of how this shit looks. Just looks kind of funky. I need to finish the scene. The hell. God, that's a mood, isn't it? Good lord, I've done that. I've done that. No, I did do that, and it was equally frustrating to reread that back and be like, why didn't I finish the scene? And then it turns out I did finish the scene. I just didn't save it. And I'm like, well, that means same thing. I didn't save it. I didn't save it, so it didn't happen. It wasn't finished. It's like, ugh. Oh, I need to do reflections. Ew. Ew. Okay, I'm gonna shade the land next. I'm gonna shade that land, so that we can get kind of the vibes. And then I can kind of like copy and duplicate it, and then just literally flip it. Where is the light source coming from? I need to figure that out. So this is the west. This is in the west. That's not the page. Come on, buddy. Come on. There it is. So it's in the southwest. So it's not going to be backlit. I assume it's just frontal. Okay, it's like noonish or something. Which is a bit late in the day for this stuff, because it's usually a nighttime thing, and having it happen at midday is kind of weird, but it happens, you know, like this. The plant just goes wild. Why are helicopters so loud? Why do they do this? Why are they so loud? Why are they always so loud? Like, it doesn't even come up on the thing. It's just like, it's always loud. I don't understand why there has to be a big loud helicopter whizzing around the suburbs at like midnight every goddamn day. It is infuriating. But not in the way that I would ever actually do anything about it. It's just frustrating. I thought it was planes, and it's like, no, it's a helicopter. I'm like, why though? At least with the planes, I'm like, yeah, I guess sometimes people want to fly from Tasmania to Melbourne at like, well, they want to fly from like Hobart to Melbourne at midnight. God, why not? But you know, like a helicopter? Why? In the evening? It's a helicopter. The most dangerous way to fly is a helicopter. Why would you do this? It's wild. I don't get it. The rest are just notes. You want to read more cringy scenes? Oh, yeah. You gotta have fun with it. You have to have fun with it. That's what gets you through. A helicopter. Exactly. It is just a helicopter. It is a nightmare. That dark is way too dark. Yeah, like that. Like, it's just frustrating. It's just that minor annoyance. It does that all the time. I'm like, what? I genuinely do not know what a helicopter is supposed to be doing at this time of night. Like, it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What purpose are you serving at this time? It doesn't make sense. It's just like, what? Why? For what? You can't see anything. And it's a helicopter. It's gonna crash at some point. And it's gonna be like, what were you doing? Why were you on a joyride at midnight? Like, what is the deal? Ooh, a 22-page doc. Oh no. It grows. There's more of it. It continues. Okay, I need to copy all of these, which is wild. From 6 months ago. Ooh. I need to duplicate layer. And then, oh, that didn't go. Oh no. Oh, no. That didn't work. Ooh. Why does it do that? Are you gonna delete? Am I using the wrong button? It's the delete button. Why ain't you deleting? What's your deal? Send help. Send help! Oh no. I can't help you. You're on your own. This is your fate to bear. I can't help. Oh no. Okay, so if I do this, maybe that'll help. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, and then going to flatten. Merge select layers. There we go. Funky. Ooh, funky. Get me out of here, soldier. Requesting immediate evac. I can't do it. I don't have it. I don't have the helicopter. It's left. It's gone. Whoosh. The helicopter's gone. It won't pick you up. Ah. Oop, yep. Oop. Oh, what? Ah, we're gonna have to get funky with it. We are going to have to get funky. Oh god, what is happening? Oh boy. Okay. Let's start from there. Let's move on. Where is the free deform? Free distort. Yeah, distort. Oh no, that one. Not that one. I want free transform then. I want free transform. I'm not gonna be able to get what I want, am I? I'm gonna have to do this like a... Is there a... Where is it? I don't know the English. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, that's cool. Ooh, funky. That's what I would do after it's been distorted. I need the other one. I need like the, I know what I'm thinking. I don't have the tool in this program, so I don't know. Not quite like that. I think I'm just gonna have to cut and paste it really roughly and then do it. He pointed the bathroom and gestured a shh with the other hand. Okay, so you missed the t. Pointed to the bathroom and gestured a shh. That makes enough sense. It is a comprehensible sentence. I think. Just go point. This makes sense, I think. How am I going to get this to where I want it to be? I don't know how to make this convex. Do I have a... Ooh, I do have a thing. Curved surface. Ooh, we're getting there. I mean, I can understand what it's saying once I add in the missing 2. And without context, it is a single sentence. I can only give so much, like, I can only be so cruel. It is a single sentence. It could, you know, anything. Oh god. Oh god. What? What does it mean? Why isn't it covering, like, this bit? Why is this bit not getting the curvy? Do I need to make it bigger? That's not making any difference. Why doesn't it cover the whole page? What is happening? What in... The goddamn. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I got it now. Okay, send me to shape, big. What is happening? Okay, shape big. Here we go. Radius. It's now a matter of how to, I don't know how to make it do what I want. I cannot. I don't know how to do that. I'm just gonna have to do this the funky way, which is literally just doing like this. Actually, wait, well, I might just blur it up. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll literally just blur it in. Or I'll just put it in sections. Just put it in sections, that might work. I need the free transform. There we go. We're getting somewhere now. We're getting there. We figured it out eventually. We're getting there. Very, very slowly. Ah, Jesus. Cannot continue. Made it a ways. You put in the effort and you got a fair ways through it. That is a Herculean effort. It is never easy to reread past works. I say like I have any significant and important experience. I don't. It's just hard. It's just difficult to do. When enough time has passed, it's just like, this is, you know, you're just dealing with it. Okay, that is basically as close as it's gonna get to actually being useful. So now what we do. Oh, Jesus, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that big. I'm gonna copy it real quick. Okay. I only have 2.8 left of the bottle. That is a lot of Pepsi. Did you start it during the that is a lot of Pepsi. That is a lot of Pepsi. Ooh, boy. I don't know. Oh, God. How do I make this how I want to do it? 50. No, 50. 50. There we go. Kind of like that. That looks kinda. And then there was a ripples, distort ripple. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, put like no rotation on it. We don't want that much. We want like a little bit. Just to like give the impression. What the hell is shape supposed to be? Oh, we're doing this again. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. I don't feel like that adds. That doesn't really add anything. I feel like it's better off just going on like, just like doing it manually and going whip. That almost looks better when I did that. And it gives me more of the idea that I was looking for, so hey. Something like that. That is a reflection. I have been told. I am led to believe. That is what a reflection looks like. I need to do a quick reblur on the edge, though, because I've now moved it. Not that blur, you deep. There we go. A bit better like that. Yeah, something like that. And then you can probably just chuck the opacity down a little bit. Or, well, is there... Oh, no, there's a way to do this. There's a way to do what I wanted to do. Which is, if I take... Well, actually, no. I'll wait on it, because I have an idea of how to do that. But it would be better if I had the actual C done by then. So, Sea time. Sea time in the bad places. I might remove the coral on the edges. It doesn't really do a whole lot. There's gonna have to be the pollen chunk too, which I didn't actually put in, which probably should have waited till I did the pollen chunk. That wasn't very smart of me not to do that. That was unwise. I probably should have done the pollen before I did the bit. I forgot about the pollen. And that was the whole reason that this was being done in the first place, was to do the pollen. So that was good. That was well thought out, well planned. Good job. Good job. Good job. Use the bit you do. You now have vegetable. Excellent. Vegetable, good. It will offset all of the chaos that the Pepsi will bring upon you. Maybe overlay it. Ooh, that's funky. Not quite what I want, but that's kind of funky. Oh shit. It's just whack. Ooh. Ooh. Vegetables are good. Most of the time. Most of the time, good. Sometimes bad. Most often, good. Especially if you know what you're doing with them. God, there's some cool bits in here. Ooh. Ooh. I'll probably leave it as normal for the minute. Just for the minute. Well, I kind of tweak. Oh, that's the wrong button, actually. I need this button. Oh, wrong button's there too. Weird. There we go. Just to fill in that sort of chunk a little bit. To fill that in. So now it's actually full. There you go. I can actually just bring that down and that fixes the edge with the thing. That's probably better. That fixes my problem. That fixes my problem a little bit. If I just do that. I'm then going to do a quick thing where I take this color, actually. And if I take that color and I can just... There we go. Leave us alone, Owen said, walking towards the apartment. He could feel the stare of the charger, and he slammed the door shut. That is several sentences put into one using commas. There's a lot going on in there. A lot is happening there. I don't totally know what to do with that. Because that is several sentences. I know that's what a comma is meant to be, but... I kind of get it. But, you know, like, you always, like, again, like, part of the thing of, like, rereading all the work is you can figure out kind of things that you did do wrong. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. And now you can do, hopefully, better in the future. Oh, here we go. This is looking a bit better. There we go. That's a bit better, I think. Anyway, back to the sea, which is what I was doing before. I was coloring the sea in. Get the sea in here. Oop. Basically invisible. Yeah, that's fair. It happens. Because, like, when I was doing the reread of the old, like, fan fiction, which, good thing that's not online anymore, at some point I was like, I'm not reading this as a critique, I'm reading it because I'm confused. And I want to try and figure out what I was going for. And I didn't figure that out anyway, so it ended up being a waste of time. But it was a fun time for a bit, to just be like, I don't know what is happening. And I guess that's a good thing. Maybe? Unclear. Not totally clear what's happening in there. But it was just like, wild. Wild shit. There was entire bits where I'm like, I know what I was going to do after it stops. But I don't know how I was supposed to get there. I don't know what I was going for. Life choices. Listen. Like, there's gonna be a degree of regret for most stuff, but like part of growing is, you know, looking back and going, oh, okay. But it was always worth it. Like, I don't regret writing the shitty fan fiction. Because it was really fun at the time when I was writing it, and it was like my first creative thing that I was doing. You know, like, even though the writing itself is not great and the plot construction is kind of terrible and I don't know where it was going, it still was very fun to do. And it was still an exercise in learning how to write. So it's not valueless just because it's kind of mediocre. You know, like, it still has some value, which is why I still have it. And why I can't, like, after, like, I initially deleted it because I thought it was really bad, which, And then I realized that, no, I actually kind of want to keep it. And so I found, like, the old Word backup of it that I still had somewhere, because it was mostly written in Word, but partially on fanfiction.net directly, which, good job. You know, oops. You know, I made sure to keep trying to keep track of the backup, and when I, you know, found it, like, recently, I was like, okay, I'm backing this up. It is now saved onto the cloud, and will hopefully not get lost again, because I want to have that record of this thing that I did, even though it wasn't great or anything, because it was, like, it was a thing that I put effort into, and even though I don't know what I was going for, because it's been 7 years, and the mind of me, myself as a 13-year-old is inscrutable, you know, it was still, you know, worth doing. And Drew Ryan, what you write is bad and how to improve. Ooh, I'm not good. I'm not a good person to ask for that, because I don't write that often, and I do not write well. But it is mostly just a matter of just do it a lot. Do exercises, do short stories. Like, you just gotta do basically as much of it as you can all the time, and, like, I guess eventually it makes more sense, because you cannot get better without trying it, like, doing it multiple times, getting, like, people to critique it, or, you know, like, sharing it around, going to, like, writers groups or something. Like, NaNoWriMo was genuinely, like, decent for that, because, like, after the 50k rush and everyone kind of calms down, you now hopefully have, like, a writing community that can offer critique on stuff, give you good grammar tips. And even in the months before, like, NaNoWriMo starts, so, like, October and such, people will be discussing how to make a plot, how to, you know, how scenes should be laid out, like, how to do the construction of dialogue and stuff. Like, there's that. You basically have to go out and do it. Yeah, no worries. I don't know. I'm talking like I know anything, and I don't. So I'm just like, I don't know. I wrote, like, 60k for Nano, and then I immediately, like, yeeted the story off a bridge. So... Hard Save. There we go. Yeah, boy. We're getting there. Kind of vibing. And then what I was gonna do is I'm just gonna do this like this instead. Which is that's the wrong button. I'm gonna do this. Oop. Kinda like that. Kinda like that. Kinda like that. Just to kind of blur that out a bit into the waves a bit more. It's getting like this kind of bit. Going. There we go. That kind of looks a bit more blended into the thing. The orange is important. Yeah. Anyway, the basic gist is the only way to get better at writing is to keep doing it and to get feedback from other writers, basically. Because you can't really improve in a vacuum. in this kind of stuff. But you can a little bit, depending on what your goal is. Like, if your goal is just to make something that you like, it is possible to just improve, like, just doing it on your own. Like, you know, I just draw a bunch in my sketchbook, and I'm like, I like this more than I liked the first sketch. Improvement, like, on its own. But doing, like, exercises and practices and getting people to look at them and tell you what they think works and what doesn't, that's generally fairly important for pretty much any art form. And I am talking entirely out of my ass because I don't do any of that. I do not practice what I preach. Feedback is hard. Studies are a nightmare and I hate them. That kind of thing. But, like, you know, whatever. I'm actually gonna bring that layer back because that layer looks kind of funky. If I do a little, just a quick blur. Yeah, I like how that layer looks. Doing like that. Oh, it's cool. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Oh, this is cool. I think that reflection was kind of neat. Anyway, don't do as I say, not as I do. Do not ever actually do anything that I'm doing. I am not reliable. I'm basically just vibing. I don't know. I'm just chilling. I don't know what's happening. I need to draw some pollen poofs now, which is gonna be real whack. I don't know if I have a good brush for this, actually. It's like, this is the brush, and this is the brush. I think they're the same brush, actually. There's like the... And then I have all these pixel brushes, which are neat, but I don't know, I wouldn't say these are basically like pollen puffs. There's also a really weird brush tip. Why does it look like that? Oh my god, there's so many of them. I forgot I downloaded like 100 pixel brushes, and I'm just like, what am I ever gonna use all these for? Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking I'm going to use these for, but I have them. This one looks kind of funky. And, like, then if you blur it, I guess it kinda looks... Kinda? Not really? No, not really. I'm never gonna use, like, any of these, but I have them because I bought them. Not, like, on their own, but I just have them now. So I'm like, well, shit. This one doesn't look too bad, actually. This one does kind of look a little bit like a big pollen poof. Big poof. And then you kind of, like, cover that. And then you chuck a... Boop. Not quite. Yeah! Chuck that on it. That looks horrific. That does not look good at all. Nope. Okay, so I think instead of that, what we should probably do is probably just do a big cloud, because this has a nice, like, cloudish bit on the edges. Just do, like, a cloud. Not in this color. It looks really bad in this color right now. Pick up the yellow, maybe. There we go. Pick up the yellow. Just kind of vibe it around. These are scientific terms. These are words which have meanings. And then you basically need to just, like, really finagle it. So I'm going to check this on another layer as well, which is going to be pollen poofy. Overlay? Lighten? Maybe. Oy. Screen might be it. Screen might be good. Or add? Ooh, no. Screen might be not bad for it if I, like, you know, vary it up a little. Beaka poofy, poofy, poofy. And include some different color of poof. Oh no? They have tails and ears? What has tails and ears? You don't know anymore? Oh, that happens. It do sometimes be like that. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. This is the big poof. Oh, that's pretty cool like that though. They're like werewolves, but not. There's so much work to do. Oh no. Oh no. Do any of these? Ooh. That does look kind of funky, but like I have no idea what the go is. I think screen's probably still the best one. Especially if I then chuck a couple on top of it. What am I trying to do? Like that. Oh, but like this one? Like, the issue is there's like so much delay that I don't know. I'm just gonna keep chucking screens on it until I get it. Yeah! Okay. Yeah, this is probably the best one for kind of giving it the vibe that I want, which is that it's just kind of like everything's just kind of covered in big poof. This is not even it's an artistic rendition of what it looks like when the island is in bloom. Whatever that's supposed to mean. They're not plants, they're not flowers, but when they go all that's it. Springtime in Hiroda. It's an absolute nightmare. It just be like that. Maybe check another like a darker one on it. Maybe I need to do a multiply, like just a little multiply, just a little, just to give it some like texture. That's like some depth in it. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that works. Just to get a little bit of that. And then, what I would do to finish it is basically just chuck a whole bunch of overlays on it. God, what a sketch. God, what a sketch. So I start chucking a whole bunch of overlays on it because it's not done until those overlays. That's just the way. You gotta check overlays on it. Probably not orange, so I'd probably maybe go for like a... No, maybe it won't tolerance. Yeah, a little bit of that. And then I'd probably even under that one. Damn, she was not ready. That conversation. That was... It's not that much. It just looks because of how the chat looks. Just look... It's like... Ooh. I heard this conversation, the reason was done. She was weak, tearing her pants out, somebody just laughed at her. It's that kind of thing. It was a full moon. She didn't know. Who knows? God. Emotion. Writing emotions. Hard. Ah! That's the wrong button. Okay, and then the... Ooh, that's interesting. That looks funky when you do that. Boop. Send help. Send help! It's too late. Save yourselves. Ooh, whoa. Jesus. Is there like a... Maybe not that color. Maybe like a I don't know, blur the shit out of it, because that's probably the way. Ooh. Slowy. There we go. In like a 10, maybe. And then under here, I check like a... What? Big dark purple. And then Multiply. And also on like 10. Maybe take that into like a way cooler tone, maybe. That basically made no difference. It didn't really change the color at all. Oh, it did a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit like that kind of thing, maybe. Nah. I don't know. This shit's hard. It is not easy. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just like, eh. Look, a whole bunch just... Pepsi is the wine for teens. Ginger wine. I mean, I cannot argue with that. I don't think I can argue with that. I would possibly put forward that iced coffee was the wine for teens at my high school, but Pepsi and like the general cola family, yeah. God, iced coffee was the shit though. God, I miss iced coffee. I don't think I handle milk good enough to drink iced coffee anymore, but I miss it. God, iced coffee was good. Shit. God damn it, Alexis. This is why you do not drink a 1.5 liter bottle of Pepsi in a single setting on your own. You gotta space it out. Oh god. Oh god. Chaos has been brought this day, and I swear to God it wasn't my fault. I was not responsible for this. I am not the adult. Ignore the fact that I am an adult. I was not the adult. I was not the adult in the situation. I am not responsible. I am not liable. You brought the chaos with you. Exactly. I didn't bring the chaos here. I'm just here to do some Carl. I'm not the adult. I am not the adult. I am an adult who is present, but I am not responsible for your crimes against yourself and anyone around you. I'm not responsible for this. I didn't think he would drink it in an hour, if not less. I wish that was less than an hour. I can't check, but it was less. No, actually, I can check. Oh, wow. Oh, it doesn't have timestamps. Rude. Less than an hour. I wasn't responsible for this. No. My job is to talk. I can't shush. Anyway, I think this is basically done. I might tweak it later, but it's done. There it goes. You get the fifth. You play the fifth. You can't incriminate yourself anymore. Oh, jeez. Is that what the fifth is? Why would I know? Why would I know that? Where did I learn this? Where did I learn anything about the fifth? Help. Okay, you've made it worse. Drink water. Drink water, eat carrot. Drink water, eat a carrot. I don't know. Why would you know that? Aren't you American? I don't know. I'm not an American. I don't know what the fifth means. This is not something that I know. Okay, we're gonna close that. Ooh, hi, Paper Brown. Wow. It's 12:30. I still have time. Okay. Okay, so then we've all made a mistake. We've all made her... We can't play the fifth, then. We can't play the fifth. We don't have the fifth. What even would the Fifth Amendment be in Australia? It's probably, like, to remove a clause, which, I mean, that's a good thing. But I'm just like, what is the fifth? I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, so it's 12:30, so I still have half an hour. In that case, what we might do... It might not end up being like a finished artwork because I need to design it, but there is stuff. Still special left. Do not save it. Drink water. Be healthy. Hydrate with water. Eat a carrot. God damn it, Alexis. I told you not to. I'm not responsible for this. I'm not responsible for this. I just said water. I'm drinking water right now. I know you can't see that because it is a black bottle, but it is definitely water. Because I shouldn't be doing that in that location. I'm gonna put that down. I don't drink, like, drink. I drink water, I drink lemon lime bitters, and I've already had my glass for the evening. I am basically sober. I need to find a better spot to put the power board. Because every time I pick this up, I have to bring it to myself over the power board, and every part of me hates that, so I have to find a spot to put that. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I'm gonna have to move it. It can't go underneath the thing, there's no space. It can't go any, well, it can go a bit further. Okay. I take this opportunity to put this back on screen, and then I'm gonna kick my power board. Hold on. I'm very gently kicking my power board to not have it be where it was. Why are there so many chords? What is that? What chord is that? That is what chord is that? What the fuck? Why is the switch cord there? Okay, that's just weird. I'll be honest. I don't remember putting the switch cord in there. But alright. I'm gonna put that over there. Boom. Victory. The power board has been kicked, like, I don't know, 2 inches to the left. I don't know how the switch cord ended up under the table when the switch is over there. The switch is in that direction. Under the table is here. Why does it... I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible for it. I didn't do this. I didn't make this happen. Even though I clearly did. I'm clearly responsible for my own actions, but I refuse. I refuse. I will not be responsible for any of my decisions. When I'm on the stream, nothing is happening. There's no correlation to failed maths. There is no correlation between my actions and the things that happen around me. They are happening independent of each other. Oh, jeez. I don't even remember learning about much. Oh, no, I did learn about correlation in math. I'm not gonna undersell myself. I used to be good at math. Once. In the long ago of, like, 2018? 17. 2017, I was good at math. No, well, no. 2016, I was good at math. 2017, wasn't super great at math. And then every year since then has gotten even worse because I don't have to use it. Because 2017 was when I graduated high school. So I'm just like, I don't need math no more after that. Ooh, boy. Folks, calculus is bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, because I've drawn the 2 coral pieces, which is all I knew I was going to do. Wait. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You failed English. Oh, God. Oh, God. You failed English, you passed math. Oops. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. I mean, I failed physics. That's the only one that I failed, though. I failed physics. Well, okay. So, I will... So, it's generally a good thing to being a writer to do decent in English. But you're not really doing creative writing in an English class, generally speaking. Sometimes they'll let you do little exercises of creative writing, but 90% of an English class is about analysis and persuasion, right? Like you're doing analysis of newspaper articles and like of books and shit, and you're doing persuasive writing, trying to convince people of arguments. And those things are helpful in writing. So like having the ability to critically analyze a newspaper article can give you the ability to analyze the books you like and figure out kind of why you like them, what elements work and what don't, what techniques they are employing to get you to feel emotions at certain points. And like knowing how to write persuasively can be useful in writing because you can then use those techniques to make your audience feel things. But there is an element of creative writing is very different from writing an essay. Like if your book reads like an essay, that is not really a good thing. It is not a good thing, I don't think. Because when a novel reads like an essay, it reads like a textbook. So while I have been known to read textbooks for some enjoyment, you know, it is a different type of writing. There are some things that are useful in essay writing, in like fiction narrative writing, but it's not essential per se. It's just useful. English Redo, which is this year, they allow you to do only creative writing, so you think you're improving at least... Exactly, you're at least practicing, and you are learning things, and you are applying what you're learning, and you're figuring it out. And it'll take a while to, you know, figure out everything, but the more you do it, the more things will make sense in certain parts, I hope. Hopefully. I say this like I know anything. I was not that great at English either. And now I speak. I just keep speaking, so... That was a choice that I made as a person to do that. So that was, you know, clever. Great idea. Anyway, the idea was, since there's only like 20-ish minutes left of the stream before I will hand you off to a writer, who writes, so I've done the 2 coral images, but I have some ideas for other images for the article. Like I need a cover image, which I know what it looks like in my head, so that's all good. And then I want a sidebar image. And what I want for the sidebar image is to draw one of the masks that the people on the island wear. Because to avoid pollen, during pollen season, they wear masks. So that's what's happening. Masks. Not like, you know, the Rona masks. Well, a little bit, but we're draw one of the fancy ones. The one that's like the full head. You just cover the whole thing. Wear a helmet. Yeah. Hell yeah. Exactly. So I will hand you off to a writer in 20 minutes. And then, you know, you can ask him and his chat, because writer Greg, you know, does writing. I think he's written, like, short stories. I'm not sure if they've been published. And, you know, they do writing sprints, so you can just, like, you know, actually start writing stuff down. Just, like, 10 minutes write, 5 minutes no, 10 minutes, like, so, like, practice a bit. And then, posture check. And then, like, they discuss writing a lot in those streams. I'm not sure if I'm assuming he's writing currently. I honestly have no idea. It kind of depends on the day. Usually he's writing. Or he's doing, like, stuff relating to it. And people in the chat a lot of them are writers, because it's, you know, writing sprints. So, you will find, like, a small community there. So there's that. I'm drawing way too much of this torso. This is not really important. The important part is... There's a head. There's a head here. There is a head here. So... The thing with Reddit Greg is he actually streams at the exact same time that I do. It's just that on Saturdays, he streams for 2 extra hours, so I get to rate him. Now, when Daylight Savings ends in Australia, I am moving back to a slot where I'm pretty sure I only partially overlap him. We'll see what happens when the time zones get all funky-wunky. Get all fucky-wucky. God, Daylight Savings is a nightmare. Because I'm pretty sure it's like... America moves tomorrow. Technically it's today. Today's Sunday now, but, like, you know, they change time zones in, like, I don't know, 24 hours. And then in, like, 2 weeks, Europe changes. And then a week after that, Australia changes. And I'm just like, what is happening? What is going on? And I don't know. 2 more gulps. God damn it. Drink water. Do not stop drinking the Pepsi. There's too much Pepsi. That is too much Pepsi. God, what am I trying to do? So, what am I picturing in my head? Because there's two different types of masks things that they wear. The world is weird. The world is very weird. So there's like the one type of mask is the soft mask, which is basically kind of like a like a Muslim head covering, like a headscarf kind of thing, where you get like, you get your scrap of fabric to cover like this bit, and then you get, more fabric to kind of like cover around that. It's kind of similar because the idea is that now the only gap. Yes, you can write. Of course you can write. Of course you can write. Of course you can. I'm not going to stop you. The idea with this kind of mask is that the only way for pollen to get in is through the front here. So it can't get in through the sides or underneath. That's the vibe of the soft covering, which is fairly self-explanatory. I don't think it requires a drawing per se, though I do want to draw a person wearing it because I think that head covering is just look cool, but I can't draw cloth, so I gotta try it eventually. And then the other type is basically where they just cover the entire front of your face and then do the cloth as well, kind of thing. I think is the kind of vibe. So it'd be like, I guess like the equivalent would be kind of like the face shields, kind of, but it covers your whole goddamn head, and they literally, like, you've enveloped your head. So, like, this front section here, this chunk here, would be like, there would be like a glass, like, eye hole, so that you can see through it, and then the rest is probably made out of wood, not plastic, because that's not the setting that we're in. Not in that way, but it'd probably be like carved wood. Or like painted wood chunk. And you paint on a face. Like you are literally just painting on a face. So like you're walking around like looking like this, motherfucker. And then you just like, you wear that attached to the front of your face. Like with straps to like tie it around like the back of your head. And then you cover up any gaps around the edges with a big scarf. That looks kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. That's a bit, alright. So like that's a unique cultural element of the island of Heroda, because nowhere else in the setting has such a need for masks. Like they just don't need it. So it began as purely functional, like, the scarves would be just plain cloth, you're just grabbing whatever you have, offcuts even, just to cover your face, keep the pollen out of your nose, because if you breathe it in, you kind of pass out. And then people will do just, like, the big wood thing, or wear it as a goddamn helmet, and then, well, like, a helmet. Kind of like a motorcycle helmet, but, like, fantasy motorcycle helmet. And then they start getting fancy with it, because if you're gonna have to wear it for like 3 months, you might as well look good, right? The face is great. I hate it. I hate it so much, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save the face. I'm gonna save the face, but I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh god. So like that's the kind of vibe. So you'd have like the ones where it's just like the one strap, one slab, and then you'd have ones where I guess it like almost like you're gonna wear a goddamn box on your head. This man is just wearing a box. Like you wear a box, you attach this shit to your head. No, you don't even attach. You are just balancing a box on your head. The same way that like when you go to IKEA and now you have a big cardboard box, sometimes the little gremlin cat in your brain says wear it on your head. And you do. You always do it. I always do it. I always put boxes on my head. I love putting boxes on my head. Because I am a cat. You just wear the box. And then probably the way that he would prevent pollen from going up here, in this case, would be either you put this... Well, no. You'd probably have the... I guess one way, because you don't want it to be, you can't basically wear an entire, like, you can't wear a Gundam suit. Like, you can't Gundam suit your way out of the problem. So what you would do instead would probably be you would attach the fabric to the inside and then it just drapes out. So it's a lot of fabric. You use wood for the hard part and then it's added with fabric. So the soft variant is just all fabric. It's the lightest one, the easiest one to wear, the least hot because it is spring and it's not, we're in the Mediterranean-ish here, so it's kind of warm. It's kind of warm in spring. Spring is not cold here. But it's also not as safe because it's easier for pollen to get in, to like stick to your fabric and then just get in. So there's that. But if you have the hard option is you wear the wood. And so this man has his goddamn box on his head. And then he also has a painted face on it. Put a goddamn wig on top of your box. Oh my god. Can you imagine? I can imagine. Oh, I'm having a crisis. Oh my god. Yes! Karen who? Karen who? Oh no. But someone's done that, I'm positive. Somebody's done it. The worst part is sometimes I draw my hair like that, because that's the only way I know how to draw it. Oh no. They were stuck, they didn't know what to do, they had to keep calm, just breathe. I use a lot of commas. I love commas. I use way too many commas. Commas are good, but also, oh no, too many commas. So this is one other variant of the hard style, which is where you wear a box on your head and then you just put a bunch of fabric everywhere else. You're like, this works. This'll do it. That's probably the only two ways you could do it. Obviously, they're not all going to be literal boxes. Because I think initially it would have just been a box. So like in the first years when people are really kind of DIYing their masks to be like, you know, just purely functional, pure form, no pure function, no form. They would literally just be grabbing a box, carving a hole in for the eyes, and then like sticking glass to it so they can still see out. And then that's it. You're literally just grabbing a box. Over time, no, because it's been, I don't know, like 300-ish years since they've started having to do this, because the island wasn't there prior to that point. Now you can get fancier ones. So now you'd probably get, instead of well, for fancier ones, not everyone would have that. You would have them where it is basically like a goddamn orb. Because it looks cooler, it looks fancier, you still have your hole carved into it like you're wearing a goddamn bowling ball. You can still paint your face on it. You absolute weirdo. But obviously there's still like a hole at the bottom. So it's kind of like, what am I drawing? Sketches, baby. This ain't no Funky Carl no more, this is just whack. Kind of like that. And then you, again, have the whole, like, fabric thing. Where it comes out and kind of covers the top. Kind of like the cape they make you wear at, like, the hairdressers or something. This is bullshit. This is oh my god. This is going to be the only source of comedy in the article, is where you're scrolling through the article and you're like, okay, this is a fairly, I don't want to say dry, I think I write decently well. You know, you're just like, this is an article about some coral that makes you pass out, it's nice and interesting, and then you look at the sidebar and there's this fucking bowling ball looking ass fucking mask just smiling at you. I'm like, what the fuck? What have I done? I've put a jellyfish on this man's head. I have given him a jellyfish hat. This absolute... Inky Hanky Dipsy. Hey, listen. It would look less silly if I actually did it. I'm putting it in as a placeholder. This is the design process, baby. Oh my god. This jellyfish looking at. Oh my. I have drawn some shit. Oh no. Oh dear. I mean, I'd wear it. I'd wear it if everybody else was also wearing it, you know? Because, like, at some point, you know, like, you're sitting inside your little limestone house on this island where the pollen is trying to make you pass out, and if you don't look after yourself, you will just, like, go coma and die, right? Like, you're sitting in your limestone house, like, I am bored, and I have this box on my head all the time. What if I just made the box look cool? And so you start by painting the box, then you start by carving the box, then you start by just having a goddamn orb on your head. Listen, it's cool. Like, you would not be the only person just wearing a box, though. Because, like, the upper classes are the ones with the fancy masks, because they wear it partially to be practical, of course, but they also wear it outside of pollen season, because now it's just part of the culture, and it's a sign of status that their masks look so goddamn cool. And then, you know, if you're the poor, you are literally just going to be wearing a box with eye holes in it, and then, like, a scarf. And that's the way. That's the way. That's just what you're doing. And that's the shit. Thank you for the hollow, Nachaholic. Welcome to, I don't know what's happening now. I'm scared. Oh, and Alexis finished the bottle of Pepsi. Jesus Christ. That is too much Pepsi. That is too much Pepsi. Do I have any other designs that I could put before we finish? I don't actually know. Because I guess there's, like, the other alternative, which is basically similar to the first one that I did, where you have your mask and you have the cloth on underneath it. Right? And then it just sort of straps over the top. Instead of like, over it. So the mask is on top of the fabric. And then again, you have your... Oh, God. You could do kind of like that, too. That's probably less safe, though, because I feel like then there is still that gap. I know you can get, like... is it a burqa? You can get them pretty close to the skin, so there isn't that much room. Someone's doing that. This might be a non-spring style. I have no idea what I'm saying anymore. This all sounded so professional when I was rambling about it to myself at like 2 a.m. in the morning yesterday. And by I do mean yesterday now, because it is now Sunday, but like 2 a.m. on Saturday, I'm just rambling like, yeah, masks are super cool. And it sounded so, like, fancy. And then now I've drawn it, and I'm like, oh, I see what's happened. I've created a monster. I have created the bad time. I've created a big chaos. This one's still my favorite. Oh. Oh, God. Far out. If I leave it on screen long enough, hopefully YouTube will recognize it as a worthy moment to like, give it to me as a thumbnail. If I just leave it there, maybe YouTube will let me have it as a thumbnail, because that would just be great. And tell your friend your accomplishment. And they said, Coke is better. I mean, I do prefer Coke. I have no problem with Pepsi. I do not hate Pepsi. Sometimes I do prefer Pepsi. But I usually drink Coke. And I usually drink Coke Zero, which is probably the worst thing I've ever said in my life. But I usually drink Coke Zero because it doesn't make me burp. So, it's Coke. It is Coke. Coke is good. Coke good. Coke yum. I just don't drink it often. I usually drink lemon lime bitters because I like lemonade. Lemonade good. Blasphemy. The blasphemy of drinking Coke Zero. I'm sorry. Coke has too much carbonation in it. It makes me burp. I don't like it. Coke Zero has less carbonation. Doesn't make me burp. Therefore is good. It tastes very similar anyway. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Listen, I don't drink Coke that often. I mean, I don't drink... at least I'm not drinking, like, Diet Vanilla Coke or something. That sounds like true chaos. I do not do that. It is purely just the regular Coke. Vanilla's not awful, it's just kind of weird. That said, I have not had vanilla Coke since I was like 14. Because again, like, the wine of my high school was not Coke. It was iced coffee. And so it was if I was going to the canteen, iced coffee. Always iced coffee. I had a lot of iced coffee. And now I don't drink. I don't drink anything with milk in it. So that was a choice that was made. Oh boy, what a life. I don't like coffee on its own. But I don't like hot drinks in general because they hurt my mouth. So iced coffee was good for that because I get the caffeine of coffee without the burn my tongueness of actual coffee. And it was good, and it was carryable. It was good. And then it probably made me sick on multiple occasions because there is a lot going on in an iced coffee bottle. I would say too much. So it happens, you know? Like, it just happens. That's just my problem. God damn it. I don't know why I'm wiping it so much. I don't think it's actually that dirty. The keyboard's dirty, but that's its own problem. I'll deal with that at some point. Anyway, I'm basically just stalling the time because I'm scheduled to stream for 2 hours, and it's not 2 hours yet because it's not 1 a.m. So that's my problem. But I will return here, and I will just where's the button? Oh, I'm on the erase. That's rude. I had a heart. I added a heart. Oh my god. I can't keep... every time. I just say it. Absolute chaos. Goddamn. I have to draw this properly eventually, but oh boy. I might end up just drawing, like, one of the panel ones, I guess, rather than the ones where you put the box on your head. Just so that I don't have to... And then I'm just gonna, like, draw it on its own, like it's been taken off. So you don't get all the cloth shit, because cloth is hard to draw. I can't draw cloth. Doesn't work. It kind of works, but only sometimes and only in specific circumstances. I'm not that good at art. In fact, I would argue I am never good at art. So, Anyway, oh, there it goes. Now it's 1 a.m. Now I can leave. Okay. Sounds so cruel when I say it like that. It's 1 in the morning. It is 1 a.m. on a Sunday. Which means it is time to disappear off into the void. It's 2 p.m. and you have a sugar rush. Good job. Good job. At least you have plenty of time to just, like, burn that off before bedtime. Because if I had that kind of sugar rush at 1 a.m., I would not be sleeping until 5. So, you know, oops. But anyway, since it is 1 a.m., it is now the end of my stream slot. Because I would like to eat my fruit bar and then go to bed. So I can't keep streaming, unfortunately. Since we will be raiding very shortly, the raid call is Get Ready. Because I don't know why, bread is good. It's a Sunday. It is Sunday. And as per usual on a Saturday, or on most Saturdays rather, or like, no, Sunday, Saturday. Saturday for most people. As for most Saturday streams, we will be raiding Ryder Greg, who is currently working on I don't know what, but he runs sprints, so you do 10 minutes of riding or working or productivity, and then 5 minutes of break, and then you repeat that frequently. And he is a writer, and his community are full of writers, so if anyone is doing writing, it will be very, very useful, and you will have plenty of fun. And the chat are full of people who will love to talk about pretty much anything. So, hey! And then, you know, hopefully I'll see many of you around in future. Tomorrow is just like gaming goof-off day, and then Tuesday should be world building. We'll see what happens. Alright, thank you all very much for coming. Hopefully you all have a lovely day, no matter what it is that you are doing with it. I'll see you all around. Goodbye. See ya. Yeah.